Welcome to Rethink Gaming's Sunday Night RPGs featuring Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, played through Discord and Fantasy Grounds. Thanks as always to Sirenscape for the amazing atmosphere and music. Make sure you check them out at www.sirenscape.com. You've just got to be using it at your table. Let's begin. So, when last we met, we had just completed a quest for the dwarves of the Battlehammer clan, or at least carrying Battlehammer steel. They were delivering it to Black Iron. I believe it's called Black Iron Blades, and had offered you a discount if you have any shopping to do there. So you rest your weary heads in the city of Bryn Shander, which, by the way, looks a little something like this. You wake in the morning to a relatively busy but happy town, and news of your worthy deeds has spread. What is the first thing you want to do?
So it's the very next day?
The very next day.
We can try and head out to East Haven again. For the Killer in the Dark.
Yep.
There's Cara Dinavel. Their speaker's missing. Or
Yeah,
Tourmaline.
we had said that we
Matthew
wanted to go
Kuzma.
straight to East Haven. We had a couple people who felt strongly about that, so we were going to boogie straight to East Haven. But
Okay.
one thing occurred to me, seeing as we had to hunker down, maybe we want to get some kind of supplies or something for a little bit of what are we going to do when weather hits and we're hunkered down in the snow, or at least a deck of cards.
Like cold weather gear or like shelter?
A portable structure to put up a shelter, or maybe a magic bag we could step in and it's nice and warm in there. I don't know.
Nice.
Need JT to take Lehman's tiny hut.
Nice. Need to figure out how to craft. I don't think I can craft magical items yet.
Lehman's dwarf-sized hut, perhaps? Why is everything dwarf-sized? Shut up. It's my house.
I am tall for a dwarf.
All right. So
I think shopping would be a good idea.
Any money yet?
okay, so we head over to, I assume, Black Iron Blades' first stop. There are some others. As you can see from the map, it's near the town square, so... You also see today they are beginning to build a wood pile around a wooden stake.
You said around a wooden stake. So, 3 towns. Bryn Shander is one of the 3 towns that will sacrifice to Oral. But we still have 14 days until that's supposed to happen, so they're starting early.
All right. Well, I assume you pass on by that and go on into the shop, the smithy and the outfitter.
Uh, Tillman, as the resident, I guess, blacksmith slash armor slash bladesmith, wants to inspect the work to see what quality it is.
Sure. You can tell right away that it's rushed work of a mediocre quality.
He's unimpressed, but doesn't say anything.
All right. Oi, what can I get you? An old dwarf lays a hammer down on the counter and approaches as you're looking over the craft.
Just
Do they just
inspecting,
have weapons?
inspecting your wares.
Wither's going to say, "Wow, this looks amazing."
Thank you.
Are there just weapons here, or is it kind of a general goods store as well?
It's both a smithy and an outfitter. Almost everything
Okay.
in the player's handbook in the equipment section could be found here.
Okay. Do they have essentially the equivalent of, say, snow goggles? Something that would be great if a blizzard kicks up and need
Yeah.
my vision to be unimpaired.
Absolutely, they do.
And then we all have snowshoes now, right?
Trying to find just a piece of equipment here called goggles. Yes, you did each come up with some snowshoes. Yeah, so goggles would normally be 2 silver pieces. You can get them for, what would it be instead? 18 copper? 1.8 silver? Is that something you'd like to add to your character sheet?
Yes, I will at least purchase goggles and continue looking through their wares to see if there's anything else that would be really helpful given our...
Due to my size, I just wanted to offer up if there's anything heavy that needs to be carried, any type of shelter or any type of temporary structure, I'd be happy to lumber that around.
Maybe some heavy tarps or some canvas or something to build a windbreak or a snow blind out of. Even if we wrap it between 2 trees or something like that.
And do they have tarps?
Yes. Yes, you can get a tarp for 2 copper.
It's probably going to fail us, so we probably want to get several.
What's
As
the tarp
soon as we
made
have
out of?
big,
How heavy are they?
Tarp is made out of seal hide. How heavy is a tarp? I want to say it's 15 pounds.
yeah, but we got big people who can carry lots of stuff. We're good.
Well, let's call it
I'm not
5
carrying your
pounds.
stuff.
It's thin leather.
If it's 5 pounds, should we grab one for each of us in case we have to wrap in it?
Well, I'm not spooning if that's what you're suggesting.
I'll hide behind it, but I don't want to wrap myself in seal hide. I'm not going to lie. Before I do that, I'll sleep in Sigur's armpit again.
No, you won't.
So I'm hearing we probably need 4 and maybe some rope to hold it together.
Sure.
Actually, I think I have 50 foot of rope already in my.
Pretty standard, yeah. Cool. All right, we'll buy those things.
Alrighty. Any other business?
Yeah, Bob, if we want to send a private message to the GM, how do we do that properly?
Whisper.
/W space GM space message.
That works in Fantasy Ground?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you could do it on Discord. You just may have to call my attention to it. Either or.
What are you talking about? Secrets don't make friends.
What would that cost me, sir?
Whoa.
Hey, secrets are no fun.
This is going to be a lot of fun. Y'all be quiet.
Secrets hurt someone.
Definitely a
Wait.
skill thin condom.
We also mentioned wanting some sort of entertainment. Do we want to get some dice or a deck of cards?
Actually, I think
Taking a while to think.
He was responding to my message.
Oh, gotcha.
Gaming set. So dice sets are a silver piece. And cards probably are as well.
I'll buy a dragon chess set, a deck of cards, and what they call the 3 dragon cup or whatever it's called in this one, 3 dragon ante. I'll buy the set for that also.
Okay.
Call it a gold piece.
Sure. He'd be very happy to get a gold piece for those 3 items.
Okay, can we call it a silver piece?
Well, no, because the dice set itself is a silver piece. I don't know so let's just estimate. Let's say probably 7 silver would be the price he would charge for it. So if you want to do 0.7 gold.
No, done business.
Okay. So we seem well stocked. Assuming you all got some food as well. Your packs
Patiently
usually come with
eyeing
some.
the east gate.
Where do we see if we have food?
Should have been some rations in your pack.
I have 1 day's rations.
Oh. No, you have 10. Kind of quantity of 10 1-day rations.
Oh, 10 1-day rations. Thanks.
No problem. Yeah, I usually start with some, so. And you've been able to eat, it's not good food, but it is not starvation food. Here at the end for free. Guy is running a tab. Scram sacks. Okay. Well, as you exit the proprietor, a bundled figure walks briskly up to you. Well met. You lot seem
my
like
axe.
you're looking for work. She looks at the drawn axe. Or trouble. You wouldn't be out in this cold otherwise. She smiles. She's a middle-aged elf wearing kind of a frumpy, well-used cold weather outfit. chance be available for hire?
Depends on what you want.
If the price is right.
I need the services of folk who are willing to travel and do a little searching.
Searching for what exactly?
Well, funny you should ask. Some call them chawinga. They are
Wither's going to blink, just large, slow blinks, the snow melting off his eyes at the word Chewinga.
they're elemental spirits, and I believe we can catch them.
I'm not sure how I feel about catching elemental spirits, given my nature.
I look at Phil for his advice.
So, yeah, Bob, I would know what a chewinga is, right? I believe under a researcher, I might have that knowledge.
Sure. I give you
And
that. Why not?
my background is sage.
Okay. Yes. So it's sort of like the Icewind Dale equivalent of a leprechaun. Nobody sober has ever claimed to see one, but they get blamed for a lot of mischief. Shoelaces tied together, pieces of tackle gun missing by fishermen, and that sort of thing.
So at the mention of a chewinga, I kind of mouth off, oh, guys, we don't have time for this. We absolutely need to get to East Haven. This is a chewinga? Really?
But wait, I am a serious student.
A serious what?
I'm a scholar in training, and I very much could use your services. I can pay.
And what can you pay? There are people in danger right now. You realize we haven't seen the sun in 6 weeks?
I do realize that, and it's actually somewhat helped my searching. But I am just the one person, and though she pulls out this lantern, which is very obviously magical, it's glittering and shining in the darkness. Um, I I cannot do this alone. However, I do have a small nest egg that was given to me for the very purposes of this expedition and can offer you um, 25 gold pieces for a specimen. Now, I understand that you have things that you wish to do. I just would ask that you maybe keep an eye out when you're on the road.
Do you know where to find this chewinga that you speak of? I can't believe I'm having this conversation.
I have thoroughly searched Bryn Shander and am quite confident none are here. However, this device, which I would be willing to loan to you if you are serious about taking this on, but will highlight their presence.
I take the lantern from his hand and go, Tommen, tell me this isn't a toy. What is this?
All right, we'll do some kind of investigation check on the device. Ooh, not my strong suit. Yep, it's a lantern. Probably should hand this to the wizard. I'm more of a religious man myself.
Actually, you do have Identify as a domain spell. Not that you want to burn a spell slot on it, but
I think I can cast that as a ritual, actually.
true.
I gesture for Wither to come take a look also. I'm still in disbelief that we're chasing leprechauns.
Wither takes the lamp and begins to examine it.
There's that pistachio guy again. Did you hear that? Sorry.
Yep.
That guy gets around. He was in Waterdeep last week. Um, so the actually, as you touch the lantern, the flame is flickering very weakly green. It's definitely magical in nature. And the elf woman notices the color change as well.
I'm
The
gonna hand it back over.
what was the elf woman's name again?
Her name, well, she actually hasn't introduced herself yet.
Being the first time that I've really ventured out, I keep butting into the middle, trying to get in the way to observe and to hear what's going on.
Okay.
I'm curious, and I actually reach out and touch the lantern.
Okay. It's like I said, it's very unique. It's engraved with multiple runes in the Elven language.
You
Does the
said that
flame stay the color when I touch it?
It's burning oil, so it's shedding a bright light, 30-foot radius, and dim light for additional 30 feet beyond that.
who did it turn green for? Is the question. The flame. Just anyone?
Wither.
Thank you.
So when
assume
I touched it,
because-
it did not change the color.
It did not.
Okay.
All right, that's interesting enough. What was your name?
Oh, I'm very sorry. I am Danica Greysteel.
All right, Danica. We'll take your lantern. We'll look for. Oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this. We'll look for them. If we find them, we'll make sure to return it directly to you. Either way, we'll bring you the lantern back. But we really must set out for East Haven.
Very, very good. And
Wait,
please,
wait. Do you just want their pelts?
I was about to mention. So, uh, yes, well, if I can prove to my colleagues that Chewingas do exist, which could be done through a carcass, for example, I will gladly pay you the 25 gold. However, if you can manage to bring me one unharmed, that would be far preferable. I hate to think of unnecessary pain or loss of life. So then I could offer you the tidy sum of 50 pieces of gold.
Alive, that is.
Yes. Yes. Preferably. Far preferably. Alive.
I wonder how they taste.
Chewinga stew.
What was that last name one more time, please? It was Danica.
Gray steel.
Thank you.
And Bob, just because I'm mildly suspicious, I'd like to cast Divine Sense, just make sure she's not secretly evil.
Okay.
If I can, is that something that can be done discreetly, or is that like, oh hey, there he goes casting Divine Sense?
Probably the latter, but let's look.
I'm going to try the same thing with an insight check.
Divine
I
Sense
bumped my head
is
into the
a
wall.
paladin class feature. No, you can do that. This is not a spell. As
Okay.
an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Presence of strong
Cool.
evil.
And I would like to do so, and mostly, I mean, if something evil's close by, I'd like to know, but mainly I'm interested in her and that lamp.
No, nothing within your senses registers as evil, unhallowed, celestial, fiend, or undead.
Cool. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, what are you doing there, Phil? Who has the lantern?
I like to carry it, and then I want to do the. I'll cast the identify spell as a ritual once we get going.
Do we want it to glow green? Do we want Wither to carry it?
And I have a feeling that's in a reaction to him being like part elemental, but
Do we really need to draw that much attention to ourselves, fellas?
Well, we have a near
We are-
giant with us.
We do
Already
stick
drawing
out like a
plenty of
sore
attention.
thumb.
One
Did
second.
we have any?
I again look at Phil for my guidance.
Oh, and
Wait,
before
wait, wait,
we-
wait, Bob.
Yeah.
Bob. Hang on then. I'm okay with that.
What?
I'm okay with that.
All right. Hold on a second. Let me grab this person and drag him down.
Think Santa.
All right. So it's just you and me. What do you
Okay.
want to do?
What I really want, since it was that damn expensive, what I want is either it's small enough that I can carry it, but I want at some point to whip out a giant fucking toboggan and have a lot of fun with this.
All right. Yeah. So if you're talking like toboggan size, that's going to be
I'm-
like 2 gold.
Okay, well, I want a magic one that looks like fucking Rosebud from Citizen Kane, but when we need it to, it's big enough for everybody. Like a toboggan that the Goliath and the Dragonborn can all sit on. So we all go down a hill together.
That's a neat idea, and you might be able to find one, but it's not available for sale in this town.
Oh, come on, man.
Nah, I mean, it's too strange of an item to be just on the shelf. You'd have to find a way to get it made or find somebody that has one already.
Okay, in my time in the town, outside of this moment, could I have done this earlier?
No, I don't
We're
think
getting
so.
re- we're getting
We'd have
ready
to role play
set
that out. We'd have to play that out.
Okay. With the group there.
No, I mean, but it wouldn't have happened before the story started.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Fair enough.
Anyway, you guys can find out about that when we publish the stream if I don't remember to mute it.
And lastly, Bob, do the Black Iron Blades carry anything in the nature of healing potions?
They do not. No, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so Tomlin does the 10-minute thing?
yeah, I think we could do that as we're making our way to East Haven.
No, you can't. You have to sit and meditate and pray for 10 minutes straight.
All right, we'll do that later then.
Okay. You have the item in your inventory as a hooded lantern.
Could he do it while on a piggyback ride?
No, it would be, well, maybe. I guess we could do a concentration check. But it would be similar to traveling and trying to cast or maintain a spell.
Up on, little hairy child.
I have a feeling they're going to enjoy this more than me.
All right, so we're striking out the east gate.
Yeah. Now, when we exit the store, has everyone seen the big, large sleigh that I just purchased? Has anyone noticed the big, large sleigh? Looks kind of like Santa's sleigh.
What are you talking about?
No, but that's awesome.
So, since we have to go through the snow, and some of us are very small and some of us are very large, I've purchased us a sleigh It's also good for carrying stuff. So if anyone has stuff they don't want to carry, we could put it in the sleigh and push it. But I got us a sleigh.
What about somebody who's meditating for 10 minutes?
They can absolutely ride the sleigh. It's my sleigh. Who wants to push? Who wants to get in?
I volunteer to push.
Kazgath will help push too.
I can help push some.
Okay. Then away you goes. I will identify the item in Tomlin's inventory. Toman's inventory. It is now identified.
Nice. I think I figured it out, lads. It's a lantern of tracking, like she said.
That should be useful.
Pick up some more oil for it, now that we know what it does.
What
Will
kind
it
of
keep us
tracking?
warm?
It tracks elementals. Since it burns for 6 hours on a pint of oil, I'm not sure how much oil we have.
So a Chewinga is an elemental being, we think? Is that what Danica's proposing?
That's what I understand.
Yeah, they're elementals.
We're chasing an elemental leprechaun, and we're going down the east way to East Haven.
Okay. Well, you push the sleigh in turns for about 4 hours and come to a grand fork in the road. Those of you familiar with the Dale realize that you can go straight on to East Haven. Map. The map. You can turn right, go to Redwater's Dugan's Hole. You can turn left and go to either of the two Cares, Care Dingle or Care Koenig. On to East Haven, I assume?
Yeah, I think so.
To East Haven.
Forward we go.
Okay. 3 hours later. Clear weather. Warmer than usual, but uneventful. You find yourselves in the once coastal lakeside town of East Haven. As you come in from the east way, you notice that the entire town is somewhat quiet.
Is it subdued or like eerily quiet? Like there should be more activity going on for the time of day.
Well, so you left in the morning. It's about 2 in the afternoon, maybe 3 in the afternoon, somewhere around there. So it could be that people are out fishing on the lake, but otherwise people would be indoors this time of day.
Do we want to maybe head to the White Lady Inn, where we can get ourselves set up for an evening? Might also be a good place where we can inquire. Maybe someone's seen poor guy Iceman.
Did we end up buying more oil?
No, I don't believe you. Well, Tomlin said he wanted to, so yes.
Yeah, let's say we have like maybe 3 more pints in oil. You can figure out what that costs later, I guess.
It's like Hanukkah. That's going to last you like 8 days.
That's awesome. Do we agree to leave it on while we're in town?
There's not actually a chance of finding one of those in a town, is there?
A
I don't
pint
see it.
of oil is 1 silver piece.
I don't see a point in us carrying this thing around if we're not going to be using it like a radar detector.
Right. I'll turn it on briefly in town just to see what it looks like.
Um,
So just to remind the group, we're here looking for something associated with Pour Inc. is the company, but Porga Icevin is a traveler who's going from town to town, and we were hired by Kill, the tracker from the Shield Dwarves of the Valley, to track down this Porga Icevin and bring him to Tracker or kill him.
Where should we start looking?
Well, that's why I was saying let's head to the inn, because we can at the least set ourselves up for the evening and start making some inquiries.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a good idea.
If there's a watering hole in town,
And Bob, I just want everyone to be aware of this scene as we have these very large people pushing this sleigh right up to the front, and I'm sitting there playing a lyre and singing out loud something similar to the medieval version of Snoop Dogg.
okay.
In other words, we have arrived.
Okay. The few people out on the streets definitely rubberneck as you approach. Are you headed to the Wet Trout, which is a popular tavern, or the White Lady, which is an inn?
I vote bar.
I vote we check in first.
Thinking the White Lady sounds a lot better than the Wet Trout.
It could be related.
Give that man inspiration.
He's already got it. All right.
Sorry, what rating are we going for? Just to keep that in mind.
I don't remember what we said.
I mean, I suppose you'd be
PG-13
right.
with the occasional push into R.
Okay,
I think was what we settled on.
That's not too bad.
All right. So the White Lady is a musty old inn. As you enter, smoke from burning incense is clouding the room. Multicolored lamps and silks are hung from the rafters, and the light from several candles illuminates an uncomfortable looking group of guests sitting cross legged on the floor. A halfling pushes back the sleeves of his robe, raises his hands, closes his eyes, and intones, "Lady who watches from the lake, come to us in our darkest hour. Tell us what you've seen." After a moment of silence, thick frost forms on the inside of the room's windows, turning them opaque, and the candles go out one by one.
That is an amusing trick.
Can Tillman do a religion check to see if he recognizes what they're doing?
Let me see. I can't remember if I took that or not.
Says invisible dwarves. No, let me get a roll going here.
The spirit is close. You there? He points to the people who just came in. You must help us.
Why must we help you?
We must hear what the White Lady wishes to say. What are you doing, each of you?
Tillman is securing all his valuables just to make sure he's not going to get pickpocketed.
My head, very confused.
Wither's going to walk over and light one of the candles back up with his fingers.
Okay.
I draw my axe and go into a corner.
Dear lady, speak to us. He begins pleading. Odd. You must help me. He turns to the crowd. Everyone, ask the lady's aid.
Wither's going to walk over and say, the lady sent me here to aid you, but I was a little confused by her request. What is it that you're looking for exactly?
We wish to know if she knows a way to end the winter.
That's what I thought. So we're working on that, but I'm not sure that, putting out the candles is going to help here. Is there anything been amiss in town since this happened?
We're in the middle of a seance. You must help me persuade the lady. Dear lady, tell us your secrets. Um,
Wither's going to see what's going on. Perception roll. If he can tell anything about what they're trying to accomplish, if it's like a legitimate seance, if this is a scam, an act.
it does appear to be a legitimate seance, and several candles across the room have gone out on their own.
Okay.
What color is the flame?
Yeah, Tillman went to a table and lit the lantern. I whispered the DM to see what the answer was, and he turns his back, so now facing the rest of the group, and kind of conspicuously displays that the flame is normal.
So we ask along with the dwarf, or at least I do. All right, Lady of the Lake, or Winter Lady, or whatever that was. Please come to us and tell us your message.
Willing to make a persuasion check?
Sure, I'm persuasive. Let's do it.
I nervously repeat exactly what was said.
There. Moderately persuasive.
Seems she did not like your response. As a window shatters.
She's sensitive, huh?
Several people are getting freaked out and starting to gather themselves up to leave. No, wait, everyone must stay. Quick, you! Someone else, you try.
I repeat the chant louder, but still very, very nervous.
Make a persuasion roll. You can see a wispy form as if made from frost, forming, sort of coalescing amidst the rafters of the room, moving in a counterclockwise motion as though pacing. Yes, she comes. We need another voice, another to the chorus. Who wants to try?
I'll give it a shot. Is it something specific that needs to be said?
I'm gonna make a persuasion roll.
Okay. My client has crashed again, so somebody might not be the best person. But yeah, Bob, if you could roll that for me. I got
All
a
right.
-1 to my persuasion.
She approaches. Spirit, definitely in the shape of a woman wearing a long fur gown, floats into the center of the room.
Is it
Quick!
evil, good, neutral?
Um, you sense supernatural undead. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's evil.
Let's see if I can determine her intentions are good or not.
Yes, you do get a mild sense of evil.
Okay.
I
Here,
like that. The mild sense of evil.
Only
she
mostly.
she will answer 3 questions. I'll ask first. Dear lady, how can we aid the people of East Haven? In the window is written the word cauldron. Cauldron.
Someone,
Hmm.
someone looks around for a pauldron.
Interesting. You may of course ask if you have a question. I need to think.
I nod towards Wither, looking for his response. I do the same for Mark and Phil.
Withers looking back at the rest of the group. I don't know what you guys want to ask, but I'm open to suggestions.
Asking how do we stop the eternal winter?
+1.
Is that
All
what
right.
you are
Let's
you
do that.
asking the question?
I'm going to ask the question. How do we stop the eternal winter?
Bashes out a window pane. Oh my, she must not have liked that one.
I wonder if the lady of that loaf might be Oral herself. Does anyone want to burn our last question asking that?
Did
Maybe,
she say that we could ask 3 questions, or she would answer 3 questions?
She will answer
the,
one more, says the halfling.
We can seek an audience with her.
What's that?
Ask her where we can seek an audience with her.
She shrieks in frustration, smashes another window, and flies away. The frost leaves with her. My, that was exciting. Ronaldo is the name. Medium extraordinaire, he says as he bows. Very pleased to meet you. Thank you so much for your help.
You look more like a small to me.
I have heard that before.
I think you might owe the White Lady some new windows.
Of course, yes. We attempt this each month. Seems
What
to have.
happened last month?
We've not been successful before.
What do you know of this person we're contacting? This woman of the lake. What can you tell us?
Well, I've discussed the matter at length with Bartaban. He's the owner, and none of us know who she is or what happened to her.
How did you know to ask for her?
As I said, I make a business of communing with the spirits.
So does that mean someone hired you?
Well, no. However, we do now know some business of a cauldron is important to the town. There may be a reward involved in that. Pity we didn't ask more questions she could answer.
You think she was looking for a cauldron or the cauldron?
I do not know.
Is there a cauldron here?
No, I should think not. No witches to be found nearby.
I'm going to go ahead and put my axe away.
Okay. So Ronaldo is going to ponder. And after a few minutes, he starts tidying up his things to head out.
Ronaldo, the reason why we're here is we're looking for somebody. Maybe you could help us.
Yes, of course. You were much to my assistance.
Have you heard of Porga Iceman?
No, I have not.
Maybe you've heard of his company, Poor Inc. They've been doing business in all the towns.
Oh, you mean the traveling vendors? Yes, I believe so.
Do you know where we could find them here in East Haven?
No, I have not seen them. I've been here a couple of weeks now. I suppose they're due to arrive at some point.
Thanks, Ronaldo.
He collects his things and a few of his faithful followers and heads out into the afternoon cold.
Before he goes, I grab him by his shoulder and ask him if he's going to go search for the cauldron.
Oh, well, I thought I would ask around.
You mentioned something of a possible reward.
Yes, certainly. Perhaps if I find some information, I should seek you out. We could share it.
Good, we plan to stay here.
Very, very good. Now, may I have my shoulder bag?
Yes, sorry, I'm still nervous. I release him and let him go on his way.
Yes, well. And he very quickly, hurriedly rushes out into the snow.
Anybody else at the end?
Well, quite a few people are abuzz about the seance that just happened. Several have left, kind of freaked out by it. And there's a thick human man patching up windows.
As a formal glass blower, I actually go and help him as I have experience with broken glass.
He doesn't have any pains to replace it with, but he appreciates your help. Well met, traveler. Name's Bartaban. He looks to you as though waiting to hear your name.
My name is Zano. We are new in town. Is this your inn?
The one? Say, would you be a good lad?
Love to help.
He reaches into a pouch, pulls out 4 pieces of silver. Could you go and tell Winston that I need 4 sheets, please?
Happy to. Who's Winston?
You'll find the glass plate blower's shop down by the town hall.
As a crafter, Tillman will go with him.
I nod to the rest, letting them know my intentions, and we head out.
All right. What are the rest of you doing while we have a walk in the snow to wait for?
I'll go with.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Anybody not going with?
I'm going to go with. A
I'll
wise man
stay
once said, "Don't split the party."
What could possibly go wrong?
I will speak to the man who's replacing windows and see about securing some rooms.
So, Bob,
Yeah.
on the way, I just need to duck into a general store and procure 2 items.
Okay.
I need like a flavored syrup, like a cherry syrup, almost like a jelly but watered down, and a roll of wax butcher's paper.
Okay. You can find both of those items.
How much?
A roll of paper. Well, probably a silver piece for each item.
Thank you, sir. And I'll stay with the group.
Okay. You arrive at the glassblower's shop. Oh wait, sorry, the inn. Yes, I will have rooms. I assume Ronaldo's little stunt may have put off my regulars. What do you be needing?
Your basic accommodations would be quite agreeable. There are how many of us are there? There's what, 7?
7.
Yeah, there's 7 of us. One you may have noticed is quite large.
Ah,
So 2, 3 rooms total.
is that the lad fetching my glass?
More than likely.
All right. The common room be what you're after, then I'll let you sleep for a copper each. And you can eat whatever's in the pot for that too.
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and take care of payment.
Okay, you gonna pay for just today?
Yeah, just for today, for starters. Let's see how much longer we've got to be here. Don't worry about it then. Yeah, once that's all squared away, I will head on after everyone else.
Okay. So you arrive at the glassblower's shop. There's a young blonde man sitting at the counter, sort of looking around, twiddling his thumbs. He's probably 17.
Young lad, could you fetch the master of the shop?
Well, yeah, sir, I am the master of the shop, sir.
A little bit bewildered, I ask him if he has 4 planes of glass.
Oh, I'm sure I do. Yes, probably. Yes, wait one moment, please. Yes. He stands up. He looks left, looks right, examining the shelves. Ah,
What was your name again?
yes. Oh, I'm Walter.
Trust this man. I looked to the rest of my party looking for some type of acknowledgement of the weirdness going on.
I thought we
I'm
were
just going
looking
to
for a
say,
Winston.
I thought we were looking for someone that wasn't named Walter.
Oh, I assume you mean my father.
And your father's name is?
Winston Downs.
Yes, we're looking for Winston.
Oh, well, I'm very sorry to tell you he's passed, you see, so I'm afraid I'll be the glass blower now.
When did he pass?
Um, at the mid at the festival. His name came up in the lottery, you see, and he did his part to save the winter.
What kind of festival is this?
Well, in their wisdom, the elders of this 10 towns, they each give something to the Frostmaiden, so she lets us live. Well, the rest of us, in this case.
Are you telling me, Lada, your father was burned at the stake and you're okay with it?
It is the law, you see, and it was fair, I assume. Uh, I don't know how I feel about it.
Morden's blessing be upon you then, son.
Sheets of glass, you said?
Aye, we need 4.
Uh, it says here they're a copper a piece.
I pay the men.
I gave him 4 copper coins, still a little baffled of why we were sent to the glass blower, or to the glass shop, searching for a man that he knew was dead. But this is all thoughts in my head, but I still gave him the coins.
So, out of character, you said copper. Are you intending to give him copper when he asked for silver?
No, he asked for copper.
Okay.
Yeah, he asked for copper, so I gave him the copper coins.
Because I thought we got 4 silver from the guy in the shop. Is that just like a delivery fee? Do you get silver from the guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, we can give him change when we get back.
Or not?
Or not.
All right.
We'll have to figure out why he sent us to go look for a dead man.
Yeah, that's probably more interesting than the money. Sorry.
Although I do like making a buck, so he just paid for whatever paper goods we just got, as well as the syrup.
Someone's making like fruit roll-ups or something, I think.
All right, is Winston back with his glass yet?
Walter.
Yes.
Walter.
Walter
Winston's dead.
pulled the sheets off of the shelf. There's a thin slip of paper in between each one, and hands them directly to you without wrapping them or anything, even though there is paper and string on the counter. He's overlooked that.
Thank you. Are you comfortable wrapping these for me?
Oh, yes. Yeah, sorry. Yes, of course. He takes them back and wraps them in paper, ties them with twine.
Thank you. Here's 1 extra copper for your grief. You guys ready to go?
Thank you. Come again. He opens the cash box, drops the coins in. You can hear them hit the bottom.
Anything else interesting looking in the shop? Just having a look around for anything that might be.
There's a variety of bottles, vials, beer bottles, all sorts of pieces of glass. It does appear that the stock has waned a bit. There's some emptiness on the shelves.
Maybe like a big glass container for brewing beer and mead.
Yes. It's tinted green. We would call it depression glass. It's got a nice lid that screws closed. It's priced at 2 silver.
What do we think that might hold?
That would hold a gallon.
Hey Walter, how much do you want for this here flagon?
Oh, what does it say?
My reading's not so good. Maybe how about a silver for it?
Let me check. So he comes around.
No, see, Father priced all of these, so that's 2 silver, if you please, sir.
All right, I wouldn't want to be taking advantage of you, a man in your state.
He
So I give
holds
him
out
the
an
2
open palm.
Give him the 2 silver.
He drops them in the box. They clink amongst the other coins that are in there now.
I guess I'll just call this a glass flagon or something.
Do we need anything else? Is there a cauldron?
No.
Thought I'd take a guess. All right.
Does
You
he
guys
have
ready
any,
to head back?
does he have any smoking apparatus?
Yes, there would be pipes. Various shapes.
Is there like a glass version of a Gandalf? Something large and long and curved?
Yes.
I'll pick one of those up.
5 copper.
Done.
Okay. Back to the white lady, I assume?
Sounds good to me.
Maybe it's still early enough. Do we maybe want to go to the wet trout? See if we can learn something about Mr. Porga.
We drop off the glass first. I don't really want to carry around fragile items across town.
Good call.
Okay, you return to drop off the glass. And Bartaban is eager for it. Good man, thank you. Did he give you any change?
I'm an honest man. I give him all the change.
Here. He hands you back 2 of the silvers. Seems he charged you less than I got charged last time.
Did you know his father had passed in that Watson, or what was the gentleman's name? Which one was which? I got him mixed up again.
Winston's dead. Walter's the kid.
Did you know Walter is dead?
Winston's dead.
Winston's dead. Sorry.
He goes white as a sheet. By the winter. Oh, he was the last in the fire, wasn't he? Oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I'd forgotten.
You forgot that a man you do business with regularly was sacrificed recently.
But that they kill one a month. I'd forgotten it was his turn. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have gone myself. Is his family okay?
Young lad seems to be holding up decent, I would say.
Oh, good.
His stock is dwindling, and he seems a little at a loss.
I'll have to check on him then. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'm very sorry to have sent you. I should have gone myself.
We are happy to help. You guys ready to go to the inn? Or the wet trout?
To the trout.
I'm a bit parched.
The door creaks open loudly. Inside is a great chimney with hearths on either side warming the tavern's two common rooms. Quite a few people, no reason to be out in the cold, are in here drinking mead.
I go up to the bar, get myself some mead.
Same.
It's
All too happy to drink.
they've got two kinds, copper a cup or a silver a cup.
I'm a big man. I take the large one.
Size price difference or the quality?
Both.
That was just what I was going to ask.
The copper cup is larger.
I'll take the cheaper one.
All right. It's got a kick.
Yeah.
Tastes a bit like jet fuel.
Bob, I myself will procure 2 of the silver piece cups worth of alcohol.
Now that's some really good stuff. Would remind you, the person, of Dr. Pepper. Also has quite a kick.
Did we want to ask the bartender about our friend or the gentleman we're looking for?
Is our barkeep male or female?
Well, there's a great big white dragonborn who would probably be pretty disappointed if you couldn't tell she was female.
Slide on up to the white dragonborn female, who'd be very disappointed if I didn't take notice of that, and ask her name.
Hello, I'm Nimetra. Welcome to the Wet Trout.
Now that's a new one. I love it. I'm Phil. How are you?
Very pleased to make your acquaintance. What can I get for you?
I'll take one of those silver cups if you don't mind. And your ear for a moment if you don't mind.
I can give you a minute.
We're looking for somebody. Somebody who named Icevin, Olga Icevin. Ring any bells?
Sure. You mean that caravan? They sometimes bring supplies. I think they're coming up from Goodmead.
Something from Goodmead. When are they supposed to be here?
3 days, I think.
Outstanding. I slide her an extra silver piece, take my cup, and say, "Thank you so much. I'll be back." And gesture for everyone to come over to a larger table that I slide up to.
She checks to make sure it's real and slides it in the coin pouch.
I wink at her while she's checking the silver. So I relay what we've heard to the group, that we know that the caravan that we're looking for with Orga is coming in 3 days to hear from Goodmead. So we can try and catch them on the trail, or we can wait here and they'll come right to us.
Might be best if we find them on the trail.
We expect trouble. And I always do.
No, let's definitely keep it out of the city. I agree. So we have, what, 1 day to plan, 1 day to execute, and then a day to be back here before anyone notices.
What planning is there to do?
Well, I'm just thinking, we don't know the size of this caravan. That might have been a good question. So addressing Numetra again when she's not busy and asking for a refill on my cup. Numetra, this caravan coming in, do you have an idea how many wagons that's going to be?
I believe she's got 18 dogs pulling 3.
Do they usually come with a bunch of muscle on there also? Or is it just a business caravan?
Can't say I've ever considered robbing it before.
Oh, we wouldn't be doing that. I was just curious how well they're protected.
I wouldn't care if you did. The winter can be cruel.
You know who's running that caravan?
Torga,
Torgan himself. Outstanding.
she drives a tough bargain, that twisted thing.
Old and twisted, is she? What else do you know about that Torga?
I don't call her Ice Fiend for nothing. Anyway, if you want to gab, why don't you make friends with Scython there? He can't ever shut up. She turns her back on you briskly and walks away. She gestured to a tiefling having a conversation with one of the young ladies from town.
What was that name of the tiefling she gave us?
Scython. 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 Scython.
So I'll come back over the table with the group and relay this over and say, this is who we need to talk to. Who wants to come with me?
I don't like hellbillies.
Since it gets me one step closer to the white dragonborn, I volunteer my time as I've been eyeing her for most of my pint.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Okay.
Getting up my liquid courage.
So what are you doing?
I'm going with.
Wait,
So
who's
what-
going where? I lost the thread there.
I think he wants to go see Numetra, but we're supposed to be going to talk to Siphon, the tiefling.
Yeah, I'm going to go talk to Siphon with you only because it's closer to the bartender.
Okay.
Hey, friend. I was just talking to Numetra over there, and she said that you might be the right kind of person to talk to.
Oh, did she now? Well, I can see my reputation precedes me.
Why don't you tell us about your reputation? What should we be hearing?
Well, I happen to be the greatest ferryman on the entire lake, or will be when it thaws. I'm Scython. This here, Mildred. He winks at her.
So the ferryman's business, that's a popping business with the winter? It's been some time, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, I can't say I've done a lot of ferrying of late, but it's warm and cozy He looks directly into Mildred's eyes when he says that. She sort of rolls her eyes, shrugs her shoulders, gets up and leaves.
So, Siphon, we were talking about Torga, that old twisted hag that's coming with the caravan. What do you know about her?
I know that she can't carry a conversation to save her life. What's your name, lad?
Phil, how are you?
Phil, I was better before you came over, but
This is my friend Simon. Zeno.
good to meet you,
How
Zeno.
are you, sir?
You know, I'm doing what I can. It's cold out there.
Yeah, sorry if we blocked you for a minute there, but we're just trying to ask you a couple questions. We just got to town today.
Well, I'm the man to know. I promise you that. I talk to everybody and anybody and let them get a word in edgewise once or twice, too.
So we originally came to town looking for Torga, and we found out that she's coming in. Do you know anyone who she might actually be friends with in town? Or does everyone think she's just that difficult?
No, she's not got any friends anywhere, I couldn't imagine. So tell you what, they usually just roll into town, set up their tents, and do business for a day, day and a half, then roll on to the next one. They kind of go around in a little circle. So if you need a ladder carried or, you know, want to buy something and you don't want to make the trek yourself, they're the way to go. I know our fair proprietor here, she gets all of her mead through them.
Outstanding.
There's rumor that she has dogs and 3 caravans. Does that sound right to you?
Sure, yeah. Would take a lot to set up all those tents and such.
How many people are working for her?
Oh, let's see. He's counting on his fingers a couple times through. Well, probably a dozen.
And are most of these businessmen like, or are they hard laborers?
No, she's the only one who does any speaking for any of them. All of them muscle. Say, listen, where are you from?
Oh, we're from all over. We have a fairly good group. Would you come drink with us tonight?
Well, we're
Or
drinking
you
now,
gonna go
aren't we,
back-
friend?
Or are you going to go back in pursuit of Mildred? Oh, we have to get back to our group. Or do you want to pursue Miss Mildred again?
Well, I was just wondering if you'd heard any news. Have you been to any of the other 10 towns, or are you just fresh in from Luskin?
We just came from Bryn Shander, actually.
Ah, what is going on in the walled city?
Well, they're starting to build a pyre again.
Sure. We'll be starting ours soon, too. It takes an awful amount of wood. Seems wiser if they just, burn it to stay warm, but don't go saying that anywhere near Nemetra.
Did something happen that she had to deal with?
Oh, no. Opposite, really. She'd bake bread on that fire if she could get any closer to it. Big supporter, that one.
Oh, is she? Is there a local group of those supporters, or is there somewhere that they tend to frequent?
Well, folks is pretty beat down.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said folks is pretty beat down.
winter being such and staying warm being a full-time job, people just don't
Good
want to
night.
get into politicking. What'd you say? Sorry, I think you may have broke up. Am I breaking up?
Yeah, I didn't catch what you said.
He basically said that people have their hands full trying to stay alive and don't often get involved in politics.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So-
Well, we're gonna take our leave for a minute here, but good luck with it with the ladies, and we'll catch up with them shortly.
Hey, listen,
Yes.
I hear you might want to speak to the captain of the guard. He's looking for help on another task that may be related to some business happening. I don't remember all the detail, but you might check. And you sure you haven't heard nothing of interest about Bryn Shander?
Honestly, of late, we've been sent on a leprechaun chase looking for chewingos.
Okay, fine. You don't want to tell me, don't tell me.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. He muses at that joke and sort of stares into his cup, letting you walk away.
Has a mug of the cheap stuff, and he wants to see if he can figure out, trying to like reverse engineer the recipe for the mead.
Okay.
So he's a brewer and all the crafter things.
Yeah, the cheap stuff is honey, yeast, and water.
Nice.
But it's mysterious to you, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm like, it seems good.
Any particularly interesting topics of conversation in the bar this evening?
A couple of guys talking about the mine up at Tourmaline.
Right, I've got that. That's the one that was shut down by Matthew due to the kobolds. And then the other news that we're still might need to look into is Care Denival speaker is still missing.
It seemed like the guy was trying to get the news about the Yetis, but maybe not. I don't know, with the dwarves and all that business.
Shit, I forgot about the Yetis.
All right.
Should we go tell him? Should we start up a conversation with him again? Because I think there were two things. I didn't know if we wanted another side quest with the gentleman who may want to hire us, or if we wanted to go tell him about the Yetis.
Well, yeah, let's tell them about the Yetis. Does somebody want to come with me?
I'll go back with you.
Yeah, I don't think someone even knew what was going on. He's just drinking a lot.
Okay. So you go back and you tell him the rumor about the Yetis. Oh, thank you. I hadn't heard that. Very, very interesting. Let's see. Told you about the captain here. Have you heard about the mine in Tourmaline? There's a gang of kobolds endangering the miners.
Yeah,
Can you share the 10 pounds, Matt, please?
You bet.
So Torget's coming in from the south in Goodmead. And we still have business in Caerdonville and Tourmaline, which are both to the north.
Oh, hey, did you hear the one about Kerkonik?
Oh, what's this about Caerconig now?
They say unseen vandals and thieves are skulking about. The town speaker, a dragonborn named Trollus, he could really use Buddy's help. Anyway, if you hear any other news, let me know. I do love a good rumor.
We sure will, thank you. All right, so back to the group, I guess. Do we want to head to the inn? Where do we? I think it's now probably evening time. I don't think we want to set out anything tonight. Correct?
Wouldn't be wise unless you are really prepared for the cold.
Yeah, it's been a long enough day.
Maybe we'll grab a table at the inn and talk as a group for a moment about our strategy for tomorrow.
What's there to talk about?
Well,
Find the caravan, smash heads. Done.
do we want to head to Goodmead in the middle of the night and catch them before they wake up? Do we want to go hardcore and just take it?
Why don't we just face them head on?
Advantage is advantage.
18 of them, 7 of us.
Is that what she said? 10 head? Is that correct? I heard 18 pulling 3. So 18.
It was 18 dogs, and I thought he said there were 15 hired goons that essentially built. Or, yeah, she was the only one who did business. The rest of them were hired hands.
Do we think we will? Do we think we want to take on 15 people by ourselves? Do we feel comfortable with that?
I'm looking to make a name for myself. I'm willing to try.
Well, a really good plan would help with these kinds of numbers.
I like those odds.
Think we set up an ambush? Just to build a shelter off to the side?
We can make the sleigh look like it's disabled and let them come to our aid for a moment, and they'd be off guard.
So that's what we do. We stand in the middle of the road with our axes.
That is the opposite of an ambush.
To surprise them, we could not be holding our axes, and then we could pull them out.
Also, not an ambush.
I like the idea about the sled. Maybe hiding behind a bush or two, or snowbank.
How about we take that jelly with the butcher paper? We can slather it on Sigger like he's
Oh.
been, wounded. Lay him in the middle of the road,
You
and
know,
then another person can, stand there like screaming for help as they approach.
you're gonna appreciate that
Phil
idea
could-
one day. Just you wait.
Phil could be despondent and
So there's dogs. We could hunt something. Leave the meat. The distract the dogs. Then we cut down a tree
I doubt
and make it land on them.
a well-trained group of pack animals are going to be distracted by a little food. It could work, but
This idea. We stand in the middle of the road.
no.
All right, guys.
I have a lot of ideas.
How are we doing for time? Is this a good stopping place?
I think it is.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna plan online if you guys want through Discord. Speed that along next session.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.